On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins, Athletics Director Wayne Stellick, the staff, the students, the alumni of Springdale High School, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this presentation of the Bulldog Sports Network. Hi again, everybody. Zach Arns, the voice of the Bulldogs, high atop Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium for tonight's crucial 7A West contest between the Van Buren Pointers and our Springdale Bulldogs. Glad to have you along tonight. Going to be an interesting night. Fall is finally in the air. I'm going to bring in my partner in crime, Carlos. It's we're winding down here the last couple of weeks of the season. Springdale right in the middle of the playoff hunt, but things a little precarious after a 3-game losing streak that sort of put Springdale in a must-win tonight.
Absolutely. Like we said last week at the end of the Bentonville game, tonight's a must-win just to keep our playoff hopes alive. Right now we're in a 3-way tie for the 6th seed, and we need this win tonight to kind of solidify our spot in the playoffs.
A win tonight almost certainly guarantees Springdale a playoff spot. What seed that will be, we don't know. That we're going to have to wait for some things to play out, wait for some finals from around the 7A tonight. Van Buren comes in 0-7 on the year, but Carlos and I have been talking about this pretty much for about the last half hour. Van Buren's been in just about every game they've played. They've had some close losses. Lost a one-pointer in overtime to Heritage, pushed Bentonville West, actually led West at halftime. The only game that they've really struggled, really had any sort of issues with was the Bentonville game a couple weeks ago. They could beat 38-6, but they've been in every game. They've certainly they may be the best 0-7 team we've seen.
Absolutely, and you don't hear that a lot of the time, that an 0-7 team, is one of those that you still need to be worried about in conference. You think 0-7, no talent, no athleticism at all, but this Van Buren Pointer team tonight, a whole different ball game. Zach, you and I were looking at the numbers, just up front, and they're big.
They're very big. That's an offensive line that averages 240 plus. They've got a couple of guys north of 280 on the offensive line. These are the top 2 rushing offenses in the 7A West. Springdale leads the conference in rushing. Van Buren is second in the conference of rushing, but the passing games for each team, it's been kind of an adventure. They rank 6th and 7th in the conference, respectively. Both teams' total offense, Springdale at 5, Van Buren at 6. So you're looking at 2 teams that offensively are somewhat mirrors of each other.
Absolutely, and you pointed out earlier this week that, this is the top 2 rushing offenses, in the conference that we're facing. So pass-wise, we'll see who can establish that, because that's going to be, I think the big key tonight is which offense can establish that passing game early. Defensively,
it's been a bit of a challenge for Van Buren. They are 7th in the conference against the rush, which, when you're facing the number 1 rushing team in the conference, hey, guess what Springdale's going to do? They're going to try and load up and run right at you. But they're 5th against the pass. They're actually better than Springdale against the pass. So, kind of a mixed bag for them defensively. Springdale's had some troubles here in the last couple of weeks. They still 2nd in the conference against the run. They're 6th in the conference now against the pass after last week. Lions from Bentonville threw for about 290. I mean, he was, they've had some struggles in the back end. Some of that's been due to injuries. Springdale looks to be, just based on what we saw in the warm-ups, looks to be healthy, which is a welcome sight. We're going to talk about Garrett Vaughn here in a second, but 2 of the guys that missed a good portion of last week, Capone Wise, Vaughn Lacey, both healthy now.
Absolutely, and we were sitting up here during their walkthrough just a little bit ago. We saw Vaughn dressed out tonight, looked good, no hesitation tonight. Capone looked good, out there flying towards the ball. We'll see how this happens tonight, because right now, we've been asking, who else can go down, and I don't think that's a question we really want to have to ask ourselves tonight.
One of the good, good news that came out of the week on Tuesday, Garrett Vaughn visited his doctor. He had a spiral fracture in his hand on his left hand, which is his non-ball carrying hand, but if he took a direct shot to it, he could wind up having to have surgery. But he was on the bone stimulator. He has cleared all protocols. He did play last week on defense. This week, he's cleared to carry the football. And for the Springdale offense, Garrett, we've got a bunch of running backs that can play really well, but Garrett's the guy that they really trust with blitz pickup and the pass pro.
Absolutely, and I think having Garrett back tonight is going to be big. We said earlier today, while you and I were talking on the phone, that, Garrett may not get a lot of carries tonight. We just have to kind of see how the workload pays out, because with the way that both J-Lo and Parchman have been working, the past few games with Garrett being out, they've stepped up big. So with the injury to Garrett, hasn't really seemed like we've missed a step.
Yeah, Garrett's been, and Coach will tell you this right off the top, though, he is their best pass blocker. So they expect the pass protection to be better. Plus, he's a great receiver out of the backfield. Now, how much he's going to be able to do with the cast on his hand, we don't know. But he can run the football. He carries it in his right hand. Now, you got to make some adjustments. He can't switch, do all that kind of stuff. But just having him back in the backfield's got to be a morale boost for the offensive line. Hey, you got another guy back there that can block.
Absolutely. And right now, we've been saying since week 1, Zach, that we have a 3-headed monster in the backfield with that running game. It's back tonight with Garrett back.
And just in time. I mean, you're facing one of the worst rushing defenses in the conference, and to have your number 1 guy back is a huge boost. This game last year, by the way, 39-10 Springdale down at Van Buren. Springdale got off to a fast start and just kind of pulled away at the end. And I think Van Buren's a better team. They run a different offense. If you're a big fan of 7A West football, last year they ran the flex bone. Which for us old-fashioned guys, I kind of like watching the flex bone, but they've gone to a more of a spread look. They still will run out of the flex bone from time to time. But the guy to watch is the second leading rusher in the conference, Walter Green. He had 110 last year against Springdale in this game. He's a heck of an athlete, plus they've got some guys now that can throw it and run it.
Absolutely. Their quarterback has an arm on him. Their receivers are ginormous. Running. Well, that's the word you used earlier today, so I'm kind of quoting you on that one. And just sitting up here looking at them, they look pretty big. Their offensive and defensive lines got size on them. So it'll be interesting tonight, and I do know for sure that anytime Van Buren knows that they are a team's homecoming opponent, they play lights out.
Carlos and I are going to be back with the Coaches Show coming up. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you haven't been to Everett Chevrolet, we'd like to invite you to come see us and discover what family-owned, customer-friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Chevrolet, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Will gives to Garrett on the draw. He's got a hole. Garrett inside the 20. Garrett still going inside the 10. 5, touchdown Springdale.
Hi, I'm Dennis DeBus.
And I'm Don Struben. And we want you to join the Varsity Club.
It's a club that connects former Springdale High and Har-BER High student athletes, coaches, and administrators.
Plus, funds from this club may be used to support scholarships and teams.
For charter memberships, you only have to pay $20 a year.
But for the first 5 years you're out of school, members only have to pay $5. Join now.
The Varsity Club.
Seconds, he still had gone. 7, 6, 5, Perry to the rack. Good! Perry off the rack, Hempfield's full court shot, no good, Har-BER wins! Tyler Perry holds the ball for 2 minutes and then finishes off the glass. Har-BER in full control.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness center, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Bulldog fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of the Springdale Bulldogs. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Bulldogs athletic app will keep you up to date with all things Red Dog. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Bulldogs. You can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Back to the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on the Bulldog Sports Network. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Catering Unlimited. Normally in this slot we would have a conversation with head coach Zach Clark, but we're going to try something a little different this week. Since it is homecoming, we're going to talk to you about this because homecoming is one of those weeks that's just full of distractions. I don't know if you were online this morning, but you had the homecoming parade, guys dressed in tuxedos. Then you got the game that night. I mean, it's a, I've talked to Zach about this 100 times. This is the week that he fears the most. More than senior night, you fear homecoming because there's so much going on around the football game.
Absolutely, and I know when I played here my senior year, the one game that we feared was homecoming because, we were actually playing Van Buren, now that I think about it, and that game came down to the wire, and I think it was 41-40. Quay Rose made a tackle at the 2-yard line on the 2-point conversion stop to win us the ball game. That's
it's a week that by far is probably most complicated for coaches because you've got guys going in different directions left and right. Again, I was watching some things this morning, and it was, you see them coming into the auditorium, the band's there's a lot of pomp and circumstance that goes around it. Then you got to go play a football game, and you start to wonder where guys' heads are. And homecoming games, everybody wants to win a homecoming game. That's the big one. And first in talking with Coach Clark this week, everybody's healthy, everybody's focused, everybody's zeroed in. But you start to wonder as you get towards game time, with all the stuff that's going on, are they really locked in?
Absolutely, and I know, at least in years past, you would have the homecoming ceremonies in the morning, and then your seniors at least would be off the whole day, would be in the field house, getting their minds prepped for the game. So, but at the same time, with that being said, you still have the whole week of festivities going on with the school that can, still dictate how your mind's set for tonight's game.
The weather is going to be a bit of an issue tonight. The weather is sponsored by Best Sports, the sports shop for all seasons. The temperature is not going to be the issue. It's about 69 degrees outside. It's the wind, which could be a little dicey. The wind will be blowing from right to left on your screen at about 11 to 15 miles an hour, and it's been gusty. I've been watching the flags at the top of the stadium, and they're blowing like crazy. You watch the flags on the goalposts, they're not moving as much, so we'll just kind of have to keep an eye on it. Again, it'll move from right to left. The weather, again, brought to you by Best Sports. Let's talk about your keys to the game, because keys to the game are brought to you by Legacy National Bank. Come home to banking in Northwest Arkansas.
Well, right now, the only two that I could really come up with after looking at all the stats and everything in front of me is turnovers is key. We're right now -10, and we need to dominate and control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
It's a familiar refrain. Don't turn the football over, no penalties, and everything should be good. We're going to be back with the countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Raising Cane's, always fresh, never frozen. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
And welcome back to the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on the Bulldog Sports Network. About 15 minutes to go before kickoff, and Coach Brian Dugan.
Yes, sir.
Nice to have you. You're the new voice of Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. By the way, the countdown to kickoff brought to you by Raising Cane's, always fresh, never frozen. And we always talk to the PA guys because you guys sit two down from us, and you provide sort of the backdrop here for the the atmosphere here at Jarrell Williams. And I know you're into tonight's game, and you've watched every game just like we have, and. Van Buren's 0-7 on the year. It's been a bit of a struggle.
Right.
But, they're a dangerous team. They've got the second leading rusher in the conference, and they got a guy at wide receiver right now, Bryson St. Murray, that's I think is third in the conference in total receptions.
Right.
He's been nothing short of fantastic.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Springdale comes out with all the distractions here at homecoming.
Right. And as a coach myself, that's the one thing that you just worry about. hopefully your kids can put it behind them, for the duration of the game and then enjoy it afterwards.
I was talking to Carlos. I was online this morning watching some of the homecoming festivities. You got players in tuxedos, you got stuff going on,
Sure.
And then you wonder what their focus is going to be like. But in talking to Zach Clark all week long, they were, they seem to be focused. They understand what's on the line here. They're in a well, I guess it'd be four-way battle for that 5 and 6 seed, and this every game from this point forward is a must-win.
Absolutely, and luckily he has enough seniors on his team that's been through it, for 3 years, and they can kind of guide the younger guys and show them how to focus in for the tonight's game.
Now Springdale finally getting healthy. We're getting Garrett back tonight. Garrett's going to be able to Garrett's going to be able to at least contribute. We don't know how much he's going to be able to carry the football, but just having him back there, is a plus. Plus we get Vaughn and Capone back. Harrison Vasquez, he's had surgery last week for a broken nose, so he's going to play. So it looks like as we make this stretch run, Springdale's finally healthy.
Yeah, they're battered and bruised, but they're able to go. So Garrett Vaughn is a difference maker. He has the capability of taking it to the house anytime he touches the ball.
He was a guy that when he went out was actually third in the conference in rushing at about 112 yards per game. Certainly he's dropped off that. I think his average still puts him in the top 5. But he's a morale booster, if nothing else, to have 20 in the backfield.
Absolutely.
And as we get a little bit closer here to kickoff, give me some points from your vantage point. What's the key for tonight?
It's not the running game. The quarterback, Caleb Salisbury, he's decent. He's got a good arm, but whenever you got to stop the leading rusher or one of the top rushers in the 7A West, you better come with your hard hat on, because that's going to be your job of the night.
Springdale defense has struggled here in the last couple of weeks,
I know
not
that.
necessarily against the run, but against the pass.
Right.
Springdale sitting 5th in the conference in total defense, but that rushing defense still very good second.
Absolutely, and he's a special young man, Walter Green. But Isaiah Nichols, you hit your wagon to him, and he'll take it as far as he wants to.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you stopping by. I know you've got things to do over there, probably stalling some homecoming event by having you over here.
This is a lot more important.
Yeah, I like to say that, but some people don't share my excitement. We'll be back, Carlos and I, to start talking about the kickoff. This is the Raisin Canes Countdown to Kickoff. You're watching it on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown Fresh.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
And we welcome you back to Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium, getting ready for kickoff here. Homecoming, Van Buren's in town, must win for Springdale. The countdown to kickoff brought to you by Raisin Cane's, always fresh, never frozen. And I don't know where to begin as far as sort of analyzing the season. You get off to a dynamic 4-0 start, everything's clicking, you hit a 3-game winning streak, albeit against the top 3 teams in the conference. But some of those games, you didn't bring your best effort. Played very well against Bentonville West. The HAR-BER game, I think that was just it was just an emotional football game, and I think everybody was kind of spent after it, and it may have sort of manifested itself last week. But Springdale looking to get things right. They're healthy. We're going to see some guys that we haven't seen in a while. Garrett among them, Vaughn, and this is a football team that needs something good to happen early. You'd like to see a couple of turnovers. Springdale's not forced a turnover in 2 games. They haven't had a lead since the end of the Heritage game. So it's been a while since Springdale's had some things break their way, and if you get a couple of breaks against an 0-7 football team, they're just gonna they should be able to just roll.
Absolutely, and like you said, we have guys back that have been out for what seems most of the season, with Garrett coming back, Vaughn's back healthy, Capone's fully healthy. So tonight we should, like everyone's saying, like we've been saying, should end up winning tonight's game.
This feels like a game that's tailor-made for Isaiah Nichols. He was awfully quiet last week against Bentonville, but when you're that good, you're going to get extra attention from everybody we play. And this just feels like a game where Isaiah should be able to control the offensive line and do his work.
Absolutely. Last week, Bentonville did a great job of double-teaming and triple-teaming Isaiah and rolling lines out of the pocket to where Isaiah was almost a absolutely wasn't a factor last week at all for the Springdale defense. And I think tonight Isaiah, I saw him carry himself with a lot of swagger tonight. I think he's bound and ready to perform for a big game tonight.
Defense overall has to kind of set the tone, get back to how they played in the first 4 games of the year, where they were one of the best defenses in the state, and then they've suffered a couple injuries, as we've said, and then things just have kind of short-circuited defensively. Early on in the season, they were getting pressure on everybody. They haven't had a sack in 2 games, so it's been one of those things where we need something good to happen, get the energy up, and then boom, here we go. And this feels like a game where Springdale should be able to control it. They feel like it feels like they should be able to sort of assert their will. But this Van Buren team, I keep telling people, they've been in every football game. They've been really close a couple of times, and it's just one of those deals where one break either way could swing the momentum of this football game.
Absolutely, and like I said earlier, in regards to my homecoming game where we played the same Van Buren Pointers, don't count Van Buren out. They might end up surprising us tonight. We'll see.
Springdale captains for tonight: Mason, Jace, and I believe that is Fu, if I'm not mistaken.
That does look to be Fu.
Yeah, that's Jacob Sissom-Fu. So those are the Springdale captains for tonight. They'll be heading out for the coin toss. And by the way, the coin toss brought to you by Legacy National Bank. Come home to banking in Northwest Arkansas. Springdale, again, they come in 4-3. Everything that they want out of this season is still sitting right in front of them, with a couple of crazy finals, which, this season it seems like the 7A is sort of bunched together instead of having 2 or 3 elite teams. There's a bunch of teams that are sort of bunched together. You get a break here, get a break there, and suddenly you're looking instead of the 5-6, you're looking at the 4-5.
Absolutely, and I know going into week 5 when we played HAR-BER, HAR-BER was the number 1 team in the state. Undefeated. Bentonville barely at 2-3.
They were struggling, and now all of a sudden it's just flip-flopped, and here we go. It's you're going to have a de facto championship game in a couple weeks up in Bentonville, and everybody else is fighting for that 3-4-5.
Absolutely, and right now Springdale, like we've said, with a lot of crazy finishes right now, Springdale can still even land the 4 seed.
Yeah, they could, and I don't want to look a week ahead, but you've got the 100 and what is it? I guess it'd be the 118th Battle of the Bulldogs next week at Fayetteville, which could be for that 4 seed. And it's a crazy thing to think about. You suffer a 3-game losing streak, but here you are still playing for a home playoff game. But you got to take care of business tonight, and it's certainly a winnable game if you look at it on paper. Springdale just has to go and take care of the business and play like they did, play like the team that went 4-0, not the team that went 0-3.
Absolutely. But like you said, first we do need to absolutely take care of business tonight. Like we've said, do not overlook Van Buren.
So we're about set for the coin toss. The captains for Van Buren, and I'm going to try and get their roster in front of me. That's just not working for me. There we go. There we go. It's going to be one of those nights. Their captains tonight, Charles White, Cameron Keach, and Caleb Trentham. Again, the captains for Springdale, Jace Carey, Big Foo, Jacob Sissom-Foo, and Mason Hutchins. And I'm pretty certain that if Coach Clark wins the toss, that he's going to want the football. I think he wants to put his offense out there against this defense, which has struggled for Van Buren. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to send that group out there, see if he can get a quick 7-0 lead, and then turn his defense loose.
Absolutely. I think, starting offensive-wise would be great. Set the tone early. Set your own tempo. Defense pick up where the offense left off. Even if we start defensive-wise, defense set the tone. Start an early tempo for your offense. Make this a ball game.
That is something that I think Springdale needs to do, is to set the tone, assert their will on Van Buren. It's like
Springdale won the toss and elected to defer to the second half.
Okay, so Coach Clark with the first curveball of the night.
And Zach, I think that puts you at back-to-back 0.
I think I'm 0-8 on coin toss. I just haven't been very good at it. So we are about ready for football here in Springdale. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together, catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Welcome you back to Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. We are just about set for kickoff. Springdale is going to kick the football off to Van Buren. Springdale will be kicking, looks like they're going to be kicking with the wind. Again, the wind blowing at gusts of 11 to 15 miles an hour to be blowing from right to left on your screen. And it appears to be pretty substantial here, so I expect Gerardo to just put this thing through the back of the end zone. We'll see how the wind affects these two teams. Again, these are the top two rushing teams in the conference, so that shouldn't affect the running game. But, the kicking game, the passing game could be affected.
Absolutely. The wind plays a major factor in a lot of different things other than the ground game, and I think tonight for sure we're going to see a lot of ground and pound, but I think special teams and pass game will be interesting with this wind.
Back deep for Van Buren, Walter Green, Isaac Davis, and Bryson St. Murray. Walter Green, again, one of the better backs in 7A. He's a very, very good talent. Ran for 110 yards in this game last year down at Van Buren. And Gerardo's got it teed up. The kickoff brought to you by the Varsity Club, connecting after competition. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. He's Carlos, I'm Zach, and we are set for 7A West football. Gerardo gets into it, high end-over-end kick's going to drift into the end zone for a touchback, and Van Buren will start at the 20-yard line. The Springdale defense Lineups brought to you by Lindsay & Associates, your residential and commercial real estate experts. For Springdale across the front, Harrison Vasquez, Isaiah Nichols, Harrison Morgan, James Carey, the linebackers, Hunter Cornelison, Mason Hutchins, Trey Tolbert. Across the back, Juwan Boyd, looks like Casey Medina. DeQuan's going to get the start. DeQuan Kendall will start at free safety, and Vaughn Lacey will start at the strong safety. So one change already. DeQuan, just a sophomore, great athlete. He will get his first career varsity start tonight. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Van Buren. Here comes Green straight ahead. And he's going to get a couple of yards. Knocked down there. Mason on the tackle. Vaughn's there.
You can see already this Springdale defense isn't going to let up very much rushing yards. Vaughn flew to the ball, made the first contact. Should be interesting tonight.
2nd down, 6. I think Springdale's kind of settled on their corners after rotating some corners early in the season. It's like Juwan and Casey are the guys that are going to man those two positions. 2nd down, 6. Quick snap. Here comes Walter Green. Straight ahead. He's going to get first down yardage across the 30-yard line. Van Buren picks up the initial first down of the game.
Trey Tolbert there to make that stop. But like you said, Walter there to pick up that first down for Van Buren, keeps the chains moving. Right now, Van Buren's winning that line of scrimmage battle.
They are a big group up front, 250, 235, 315, 280, and 275 across the front. That's about the biggest offensive line you're going to see in the 7A. They do like to run the football. So 1st and 10, ball to 30. Here comes Walter Green, 3rd straight carry. Busts free, and he's going to get another 4 yards.
I think that was Harrison Vasquez that leaped through the air to make that tackle.
They're going to mark it at the 34, so pick up a 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. And this is Van Buren's game. They are a running football team first. They can establish the run. They really don't get away from it. They've got huge wide receivers on the outside. Bryson St. Murray's their leading wide receiver, but they've got a young man on the other side, and Logan Humphreys, number 9. He is 6'5", 210 pounds. This is Salisbury. Pitches to Green, and he's not going to get much. He might have gotten a half a yard maybe out of that, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
That front 7 sniffed out that run immediately. Vaughn Lacey was back there as soon as that ball was pitched out. Almost had him in the backfield.
So 3rd down and 6. No personnel changes. They're going to spread it out here 4 wide. St. Mary, the leading wide receivers in the slot to the bottom of your screen. They look for him right away. Now that's Humphreys on the reception. Humphreys across the 45-yard line. Vaughn will make the tackle at the 46, and it's 1st down Van Buren.
I think right now Van Buren's looking to kind of lull this Springdale defense to sleep with the run game and then open up that pass game on those 3rd downs, or just kind of whenever they think it might be open.
12-yard pickup on the initial pass for Van Buren. It's 1st down, ball at the 46. The H-back, that's number 30, Hunter Gregory, and we've got a motion penalty. Left tackle Gaddis moved, and that is our first penalty of the ball game. It'll move Van Buren back 5 yards.
A penalty like that can definitely kill a drive. Van Buren moving the ball very fast and early right now, but any false start penalty, holding penalty on 1st down or even 2nd down can definitely stall out a drive and turn the ball over.
Sam Sharp, a sophomore for Van Buren, is checked in at a wide receiver spot. First and 15, here comes Walter Green straight ahead, and he's going to get back close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I believe that was Christian Wise there on the tackle. Springdale got that front 7 back there in a hurry, but Walter was able to get to the original line of scrimmage just about a yard short right there, bring up 2nd and 11 for the Pointers.
Clock running, 8:55 to go in the first quarter. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Just underway, homecoming here at Springdale. Beautiful night here in northwest Arkansas. Temperature in the upper 60s. First hint of fall that we've had is for a game. This is Walter Green. We got a flag down. And boy, the Springdale's going to shut that down. It's going to go for about a yard loss, and we'll see what the flag is.
Christian Wise was there. And, of course, Isaiah Nichols was there, that dude, to clean up after the initial hit.
Like an illegal formation against Van Buren. Springdale's going to decline the penalty. They'll take the 1 yard loss and bring up 3rd down and 12. The line to make is the Springdale 44. Just underway here, 0-0 the score. Glad you're with us, wherever you might be listening. Hunter Cornelison has checked in at the nose guard spot. Now, he had a sack against Bentonville West from that spot. Springdale going to go to a 3-down front, showing blitz. Here comes Christian Wise on the blitz. They'll swing it out to Green in the flat. Green with a lot of room. Nice play in the secondary. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Christian Wise got in the backfield, made a leap, and about knocked that ball down or intercepted it.
Capone on the tackle. And Van Buren will send in the punt team. So they move the ball to the Springdale 48. They're going to come up 4 yards short.
Looks to be Braden Rivas.
Rivas with the kick. Bit of a tail dragger is going to be taken at the 24. Here's Alex. Breaks a tackle, and Alex is going to get up near the 34-yard line. That's where Springdale will take over.
Good job there by Alex. Starts Springdale with good field position here, just beneath the 35-yard line. Springdale now only about 65 yards to go.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. We'll see who comes out. If it's going to be Garrett in the backfield. The Springdale offensive line. Tinajero, Enrique, Sissom Fu, Marco Machado, Alberto Nava. The quarterbacks, Lane Hutchins. The receivers, Totten, Robinson, and Alex Thompson. The running back is Garrett Vaughn. They're going to fake it to him on 1st down. Here comes Lane on the read option, and he's going to get a couple yards. Starting lineups brought to you by Lindsay & Associates, your residential and commercial real estate experts. So Springdale on the first play. Little quarterback read's going to pick up 2 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice little hole there by the offensive line. Gave Lane about 2 yards right there. Stay ahead of the change is the plan for right now for Springdale.
There's Lane to throw. Got a man in the flat. That's Jaden Cornelius, and he's going to be stopped at the 39-yard line. Another 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Looks to bring up about 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Very manageable on whether you decide to pass or run the ball right here.
Guy to keep an eye on that Van Buren defensive line is number 51. That's Jaden Mendez. He is he's a very talented defensive lineman, much like Isaiah Nichols. He visited Arkansas recently. He is 6'1", 285, kind of a low-to-the-ground, pure defensive tackle. He's a very talented football player. Here's Lane to throw. Lane looking for Kamon in and out of his hands, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Hit Kamon right in the hand, just couldn't quite hang on. Looked to throw it into traffic and to bring out the punt unit for Springdale.
So Jesus will check in to kick. Jesus on the year, averaging 33.8 yards per kick. Dropping back deep for the Pointers. That's Isaac Davis, number 2. He'll be at the top of the screen, and at the bottom of the screen, that's number 5. That's Landry Wilkerson. Jesus gets the kick away. It's going to bounce at the 31. And Wilkerson's going to take it and fumble. The ball's loose. And it looks like Van Buren has gotten it back. They do. And Van Buren will take over just inside the 25.
That could have been very costly right there. Harrison was all over that immediately as soon as he dropped that ball.
So 2-yard loss on the return. And Van Buren will take over. 1st and 10, ball to 24, 6:07 to go in the first quarter, 0-0 our score. Springdale's made some defensive changes. Capone Wise has checked back into his normal free safety spot. Vaughn will go back to his normal strong safety spot. Van Buren comes out, 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. This is Salisbury. Looking for a little bit of room, trying to get to the outside. Salisbury is going to run out of bounds, very close to 1st down yardage. We'll see where they mark him out. And it looks like where they're spotting him, that's going to be a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down.
Salisbury on that quarterback read had a lane on the far side of the field, just wide open to pick up those yards.
So 1st and 10 for Van Buren. Ball at the 30. Well, they haven't given him the 1st down just yet. Haven't moved the chains. while we wait for the conference on the far side of the field. Not sure what
looks as if the
yeah, I'm wondering if they broke the down marker.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it looks like they did. Yep, it's going to be a first down. Ball's going to go to the 34-yard line.
That's one you don't see every day.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what they do. It's kind of a central part of the game, the down marker. We're watching them fix it there on the far side. I've been doing this a while. I've never seen a broken down marker.
I think in all my years of playing, I don't think I've seen one either.
That's a new one. So the situation will be 5:59 to go, first quarter. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. Game's a bit, we're on Van Buren's second drive of the game. They've controlled the pace of play so far. 47 yards of total offense on 9 plays. And they've been able to run it a little bit, been able to throw it a little bit, and like we said during the pregame, I mean, this is a team that has hung in with some of the better teams in the conference, and they're looking for their first win of the year.
Absolutely, and like we said, we cannot sleep on Van Buren. There's no telling what they can do in regards to tonight, especially with all the homecoming festivities. Who's see if I can talk tonight. That might help. Who knows where the guys' heads are tonight in regards to all the festivities that are going on? Zach, it's going to be a long night already.
It's okay.
And we're only in the first quarter.
We're just underway here. We're still waiting for the down markers to be fixed. I know that there's another set in the building across the field, so we're just waiting. And the players trying to stay loose. We're watching some of the crowd down here in front of us. Dr. Rollins is here. See some luminaries. I saw Coach Jeremy Price of the basketball team. He stopped by and said hello. His team will be getting underway here shortly. From what I understand, a very deep team will be a lot different than last year's basketball team, where it wasn't as deep as he would have liked. Now he could probably go 8, 9, 10 deep if he wants to. So I'm excited about it. Basketball season will be starting soon, and we're still waiting for the down markers to be fixed.
I think they might have fixed it.
I think we got it. Okay, so here we go. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. Walter Green and Caleb Salisbury in the backfield. St. Mary, the leading receiver for Van Buren. He's to the top of the screen. You got Logan Humphreys to the bottom. This is Green. He's going to get up to about the 40-yard line. About a 6-yard pickup, and it'll bring up 2nd and short.
Green just slipped out of the hands of Harrison Vasquez right there. Harrison back there immediately just sidestepped and out of the hands of Harrison.
Green, not a big guy, 5'8", 165. But again, he's very, very elusive. He's not the fastest guy. He's one of those guys that's quick, like phone booth quick. Can get away from you in a phone booth, but he's just he's not the top end speed guy. Here he comes again. And he's going to get first down yardage up to the 45-yard line, and Van Buren's got another first down.
Right now, this offensive line for Van Buren, like I said, it's just dominating the Springdale front right now and able to just control the line of scrimmage and kind of have their way in the running game.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Just about halfway through the first quarter. 0-0 our score. Here comes Salisbury on the roll. Springdale's played it well, and he's going to take it, just throw it up for grabs and throw it out of bounds. Smart play there by Salisbury to live to fight another day. Good coverage there by the Springdale defense.
Absolutely, and Mason came on a late blitz there off the edge. Had Salisbury just kind of throw it away there. I think if that ball would have stayed in bounds, it might have been intercepted by Juwan. I was kind of
hoping the wind was going to hold that one up. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Van Buren going to stay in that too-tight set. This has been Walter Green territory, and here he comes. Straight ahead. Pedro Esparza there, 76. It's going to be a 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Great job there by the Springdale front 7. Green got handed the ball immediately. Picks up about 1, maybe 2 yards. not really much to do after that.
Hunter Cornelison will check in at the nose guard spot. They're going to go to that 3-down look. Third down, 8, 4:30 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless. Looking to get off the field, get their offensive football back. Here comes Christian Wise. Salisbury steps away. Ball's tipped, and it nearly intercepted in and out of the hands of Vaughn Lacey.
I think Vaughn saw payday at the end of that and just let the ball slip right through his hands. Because I think had Vaughn held on to that, that's going the other way for 6.
Braden Rivas will check in to punt. Alex Thompson will drop back deep for the Bulldogs. 10-yard return on his first attempt on the night. Alex, by the way, averaging about 10.4 yards, so right on his average for the year. He's got a long of 35. This is Rivas. Into that wind. Alex takes it at the 22. Drops it, and he'll fall on it at the 24. So Springdale will take over at the 24-yard line.
The Springdale offense definitely needs to move the ball, stay ahead of the chains, pick up first downs, and just march their way down the field to the end zone.
So Lane will bring them out. Second drive for the Bulldogs. Garrett Vaughn's going to check in at the running back spot. He has a club on his left hand. Again, he had a spiral fracture in the knuckle between his ring finger and his middle finger.
Looks as if Juwan Boyd has actually checked in at receiver.
That's a guy that they almost got the ball to last week on a deep post route. Juwan is a fantastic receiver. He's electric when he gets his hands on the ball. He'll be down here at the bottom of the screen. You got Jaden down to the bottom of the screen with him. Alex and Kamon go to the top. And again, we're working to reset the chains. Looks like I see Coach DeBusk over there. They may have gotten them a new set of chains. In fact, looking on the far side, the old chains are now resting under the Van Buren bench. So, new set of chains. And we are set and ready to go. Springdale 1st and 10, ball at the 24. Referee signals the ball is ready for play, and here we go. Lane got Juwan on the screen. Pass goes incomplete. It'll bring up second down.
Looks as if they were trying to run that little receiver bubble screen right there, just straight through the hands of Juwan.
You know, he's been on the field on offense 3 times. On the 2-point conversion a couple weeks ago. They ran him on the go route last week. They want to get him the football. He is dangerous when he has the ball in his hands. Here's Lane. They've got the screen set up. Here comes Alex. He's got room across the 40-yard line. Alex Thompson down the sidelines to the 40, to the 30. Alex still going, makes another man miss, and Alex is going to be knocked down inside the 20-yard line. First down, Springdale.
Alex Thompson right there just barreled his way down to the Storm Orthodontics red zone. Set Springdale up with 1st and 10 inside the 15. Bulldogs are now in prime position to score.
Great play call there by Coach Clark. Caught them in a full blitz. Springdale sets up the screen perfectly, and away they go. 62 yards on the pitch and catch, and it's first down Bulldogs.
I think if you're Springdale right there, that's something you needed to spark your offense, spark your defense.
Lane in the pistol, Garrett behind him. That's Jaden in motion. Here comes Garrett, his first carry. He's not going to get much. He's actually going to wind up losing a yard. So it'll bring up second down, 11.
It's good to see them give Garrett the ball, get his feet wet a little bit here in the first quarter.
So it'll bring up second and 11. Clock running, 3:10 to go first quarter. 0-0 the score. Garrett in motion. Lane on the quarterback draw. He's got room. Inside the 10. Runs over a man. Close to first down yardage. Looks like he's going to get 9 on the pickup. He's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Nowadays, you don't really see a lot of quarterbacks, wanting to take hits and contact like you do Lane. Lane does not shy away from contact whatsoever.
No, he does not. He actually, I think, kind of enjoys it. So Springdale going to go to their power look. Jason Harrison in as the fullbacks. This is a traditional power I. Garrett's the running back. You got 2 tight ends. Everybody in a phone booth. Lane takes and gives to Garrett. Close to... Did they call him in?
That's a touchdown, Springdale.
Welcome back, Garrett Vaughn. He goes in from 5 yards out of the power I. And Springdale jumps on the board early. 6-0 with 2:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Welcome back, Garrett. And it looks like we have a Bulldog down right now. Looks to be one of the big guys up front.
Looks like Ivan is down. Well, they tend to him. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness center, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Bulldog fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of the Springdale Bulldogs. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Bulldogs athletic app will keep you up to date with all things Red Dog. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Bulldogs. You can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Ivan Tinajero was the injured Bulldog. He's up under his own power, and he has walked off the field. Springdale scoring on a 5-yard touchdown run by Garrett Vaughn. Now Springdale looking to go for 2. This is Jarrell Parchment. Darrell's got room to the outside. He falls down, and boy, he is awfully close. The ball came loose, and they're going to say no good on the extra point. So Springdale takes a chance on their first touchdown. So our new score with 2:17 to go in the first quarter, Springdale 6, Van Buren nothing. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
The Springdale scoring drive, 5 plays, 76 yards, capped off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Garrett Vaughn. Scoring drives this season brought to you by First Security Bank, Bank Better, all across Arkansas. 2-point conversion was no good, so Springdale leads 6-0. Gerardo's got it teed up. 2:17 to go in the first quarter. Back deep for Van Buren. Isaac Davis, Walter Green, and Bryson St. Marie, excuse me.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, St. Marie. They hide their roster better than Nixon hid the Watergate tapes. Gerardo gets his foot into it. It's an end-over-end kick short. It's going to come down to Green at the 4. Green's going to get across the 20-yard line. He'll be brought down close to the 24, and that's where Van Buren will take over.
Hunter Corneliuson did a great job to wrap up Green, stop him short of about the 25-yard line. Let's see what the Springdale defense responds after Springdale's touchdown right here.
The 20-yard return by Walter Green, and if I'm Walter Green, I'm tired already. I mean, he has been the offense thus far. He's carried the ball 9 times plus 1 kickoff return. So he's touched it 10 times here in the first quarter, and we've still got 2:10 to go. So the Van Buren offense onto the field. Salisbury to throw. They've got a screen set up, and then he overshoots his intended receiver on the far side. That was Walter Green. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I was trying to see who he was going to there for a second. I didn't see Green behind those big offensive linemen for Van Buren.
Salisbury 2 out of 5 for 20 yards here in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, though, Springdale caught a break right there on that overshot on Green, because
he had a lot of
green in front of him.
Yeah, he did. So 2nd and 10. Walter Green, the running back. Here he comes straight ahead. He's going to wind up getting a couple yards out of that. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Mason in there. They're going to give him 5 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5.5. Ball resting at the 29-yard line.
Van Buren quick to the line right here.
Bunch formation to the bottom. Here comes Salisbury on the roll. Good pressure by Springdale. Ball's caught out in the flat. That's Sharp on the reception. He's going to get first down yardage out to the 43.
There's a whole lot of movement there that confused me. Not even going to lie on that one. I'm sitting here trying to figure out exactly what Van Buren's doing, and they're just moving all kinds of people around, and I'm like, wait, what's going on?
So it'll be 1st and 10. Clock running with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Van Buren taking a lot of time here to get this play called. Play clock right now down at 5. Here comes Green straight ahead. He's got a hole. Gets across the 45-yard line. He'll pick up 5 yards. He'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
This Springdale front 7 definitely needs to get pressure back there, whether you need a blitz or something, but Van Buren's offensive line right now is just dominating Springdale right now.
So to bring up 2nd down 5, ball at the 46. Final 40 seconds of the first quarter. 6-0 our score. We've got a flag down, and looks like we're going to get a false start against Van Buren. The Pointers will go backwards 5 yards. It's their 2nd penalty here in the first quarter. So to bring up 2nd down 10. Same personnel group, and they don't do a lot of subbing on that Van Buren offense. It's pretty much the same group. 30, the H-back tight end, that's Hunter Gregory. He's primarily a blocker. Here's Salisbury to throw. He's got a man open right down the middle. It's Sam Sharp, a bust in the coverage. Juwan will drag him down at the 22-yard line, but a good pitch and catch, and it's a Van Buren first down.
Absolutely. Springdale read the run the whole way. Salisbury just kind of kept it and just dumped it off to his tight end right there.
A big pickup there on 2nd and 10. That play goes for 37 yards, and it's 1st and 10. And looks like they're going to let the clock run out, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Our score, Springdale 6, Van Buren nothing. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we need it.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
We welcome you back to Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. After one quarter, our score 6-0. Springdale with the lead, and I know you've got somebody who's watching for the first time.
Absolutely. My little brother, Brady, is actually watching broadcast for the first time. He's been in basic so far all through the season, so this is his first broadcast that he's able to watch. So, Brady, I just want to give you a quick shout-out.
Where's he watching from?
Right now, he is in Georgia.
Fort Benning?
Yes.
All right, Brady, thank you for your service. Glad you're watching. Your brother's up here nervous, sweating bullets. I'm sure you're just sitting back, having a good time getting to watch the Springdale Bulldogs, right? So as we start here, ball's at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Same personnel for Van Buren. They've got that bunch formation. Salisbury going to go under center. And we've got flags down.
I think we're going to be looking at another false start here.
Another false start on Van Buren, their 3rd penalty in the ball game. Springdale yet to commit one, so getting back to your keys to the game, Springdale keeping it clean. They'll bring up 1st and 15. Ball at the 26-yard line. Van Buren with 120 yards total offense in the first quarter on 19 plays. 70 yards through the air, 50 on the ground. Salisbury and Green in the backfield. They're going to pitch it to Green along the outside. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15, and close to the first down. Capone on the stop.
Green just running his way down into the Storm Orthodox red zone for the Pioneers, for the Pointers right here. I apologize.
It's an 11-yard pickup, bring up 2nd down and 4. The line to make is the 12. Clock running, 11:30 to go here, 2nd quarter. St. Mary to the top of the screen, Humphreys to the bottom. 2 tights, and Walter Green the running back. And here he comes, straight ahead. He's going to have, looks like where they're marking him, that's going to be enough for a first down, and Van Buren's going to move the chains.
No signal quite yet, but you are right. It looks as if it's just enough for the first down. So we'll see what they say.
They're looking at it, and they're going to call for a timeout and a measurement with 11:17 to go in the 2nd quarter. This Van Buren offense they are moving. They are moving the football pretty much at will, averaging about 6.6 yards per play. Then they've shot themselves in the foot a couple times with some penalties.
Absolutely, and right now, this 2nd down, or 3rd down actually, what may be coming up, we'll see what happens.
And it is going to be enough for a Van Buren first down. So Van Buren picks up their 7th first down of the football game. They've run the ball 14 times here in the first half for 65 yards. When the whistle blows, the clock will run, and it's 1st and 10, ball at the 11.
Van Buren definitely takes their time to call these plays.
Salisbury on the roll, under pressure. He's got Walter Green, and he fumbles the football. Now Green's going to get back on it. It's going to wind up being a 5-yard loss, but near disaster for Van Buren. Springdale's going to force a 2nd and long.
Trey Tolbert right there was the one that caused Green to make that fumble. Green lucky that he jumped back on that ball, because if not, Springdale's all over that for the turnover.
So the ball will go back to the 16-yard line. For Trey, that's his 2nd forced fumble of the year. It'll bring up 2nd and 15. These 2nd and longs have not been a problem for the Pointers thus far in the football game. Football's on the ground again, and it's still loose. And it looks like Van Buren's going to come up with it again, but this is going to wind up being a 7-yard loss, and it's going to force a 3rd and long.
Right now, this Springdale defense is just getting after Van Buren, brings up 3rd and very long. Van Buren needs to get down to about the 1-yard line right here for a first down.
So the ball will be marked at the 22. It will be 3rd and 21 for Van Buren. Boy, whatever you've got going on over there suddenly migrated over this way. So Kamon's going to check in at the corner. He's at the top of the screen. He's going to go up against Humphreys. And Van Buren's going to go with an empty set. Springdale brings some pressure. Jace was the first guy there. Now Salisbury's running around, and he's going to take it, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. And it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Salisbury did a great job right there just to kind of scramble his way around. Didn't take the sack and did the smart play on just throwing the ball away. I think it looks as if Van Buren's going to bring in their field goal unit.
Jose Racinos will come in to try the field goal. Going to mark the tee down at the 29, so it'll be a 39-yard attempt. Wilkerson is the holder. Racinos gets his foot into it, kicks on the way, and it's no good. So the Springdale defense comes up with a stop. They're going to take over the football with pretty decent field position, all things considered. Van Buren has the ball at the 11, 1st and 10.
Absolutely, and after 3 fumbles right there for Van Buren that just kind of backed them up on 3 straight plays, I don't think you could ask really much more.
No, you really can't. So Springdale's going to take over at the 20-yard line. Lane will bring out the offense. Garrett's gone all the way at the running back spot. Lane with a play fake. He's got time. He's going to take it and throw deep. He's got Jawan. Jawan Boyd with the catch at the 44. First down, Springdale.
That ball just kind of hung up there quite a bit, and Jawan just jumped up there, got the ball. First down, Springdale now in Van Buren territory at the 40-yard line.
So first down, Bulldogs. Great pitch and catch from Lane to Jawan. Jawan's first catch on the year, and Springdale's got great field position now at the 40-yard line. Here's Garrett on the counter. Big hole across the 30-yard line. Garrett Vaughn set sail for the end zone. Touchdown, Springdale.
No flags on the play. Garrett Vaughn with the second touchdown of the game already. Welcome back, number 20.
40-yard touchdown run for Garrett Vaughn, and Springdale goes up by 12. And we'll see how adventurous Springdale wants to get on the two-point conversion. Big play to Jawan, big play to Garrett. Springdale's in the end zone. So it looks like Springdale's going to go for two. Lane, the quarterback. And we've got flags down. Looks like Springdale jumped early.
So I think with that flag, Zach Clark's going to decide to bring his PAT unit on here.
So that'll bring on Jesus to try the extra point. Jesus on the year has been excellent. 22 out of 23 on extra points. Lane will be the holder. Mason's the snapper. Kicks on the way. And it's good. So with 8:45 to go in the half, our new score, Springdale 13, Van Buren nothing. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network. Springdale scoring drive. 2 plays, 80 yards. I mean, that's efficiency. 40-yarder to Jawan, 40-yarder Garrett on the ground. Touchdown Springdale. Scoring drives brought to you by First Security Bank. Bank better all across Arkansas. So the Bulldogs go up 13-0. 8:45 to go in the second quarter. Gerardo's got it teed up. Back deep. St. Mary, Walter Green, and that is Isaac Davis. He'll be to the top of the screen. So now keep in mind, this is into the teeth of the wind here as Gerardo gets his leg into it. And it's going to be Davis at the 5. Davis with a little bit of a seam. He's going to get across the 25-yard line. Springdale's going to bring him down there, and that's where Van Buren will take over.
Davis just hit kind of a wall right there, tried to make a move, didn't really get much. Just kind of went down right there on the coverage team. Springdale defense comes back out after another Bulldog touchdown.
23-yard return there for Isaac Davis, and Springdale's defense will again check in. You know, it's funny, I'm sitting here looking at the stats. Van Buren's had 24 plays in a quarter in, 8 minutes or 5 minutes, and they've got 124 yards. Springdale's run 10 plays for 161. You know, efficiency.
Absolutely.
They've run 10 plays. 2 of them have resulted in touchdowns. So Springdale doing what they need to do. Pass on first down, incomplete. Caleb Salisbury looking for Humphreys on the far side. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. You can almost kind of feel like Van Buren's starting to press a little bit. You know, they've gotten first down runs have been very successful. And on first down, they come out with a pass. They send themselves up behind the chains. And it just sort of feels like maybe one more score, and, then you've really got them kind of where you want them.
Absolutely, because all that I've seen in film is Van Buren is a run team first. They don't like to pass
Walter
very
Green.
much.
Yep, Springdale's got it stacked up. Nothing on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
This Springdale front 7 is definitely coming after Van Buren now. deciding to take over the line of scrimmage for sure. Brings up 3rd and 10 for Van Buren.
They credit a young man who hasn't played very much this year. Pedro Esparza, 5'9", 250. He was right at the bottom of that pile. He's getting some playing time now with the Nathan Burkett injury. He's another big body that Springdale can use in the middle to sort of slow down this Van Buren running game. So 3rd down and 10. Walter Green is down in the slot. Caleb Salisbury under pressure, looking for somewhere to run. It's Christian. What a nice play there by Christian Wise, and they're going to throw a flag.
I think he fumbled that before he went down.
Well, we'll see what the flag is. They may have gotten a face mask. Coach Clark trying to get an explanation. The referee seems to be very adamant about what the call is. Well, there you go. Personal foul, face mask. It's going to go on Caleb Salisbury. It was one of those 50-50 deals. Both guys had their hands up high. So Springdale forces the turnover. Christian Wise with a fantastic play. That's as good a play as we've seen this year.
Absolutely. And like I said, turnovers is going to be key. Defense comes up, creates a turnover right here on 3rd down. Now sets the Bulldogs up with a very, very short field at the 26-yard line.
Lane will bring out the offense, and this is a chance for Springdale to kind of put some distance between them and the Pointers. J-Lo's going to check in. Now he's going to check back out. Parchman's going to be the running back. 2 receivers to the top of the screen, Jawan to the bottom. Lane on the keeper. He's not going to get, I don't even know if he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and long for the Bulldogs. Clock running, 7:30 to go in the first half. Springdale leads 13-0. Got 2 Garrett Vaughn touchdown runs, one from 5, one from 40. Put the Bulldogs up by 2 scores.
J-Lo checks in here now, and Parchman moves out to receiver.
You got Kamon to the top of the screen, one-on-one. Alex in the slot to the top, Parchman to the bottom. J-Lo the running back, Lane at quarterback. Here comes Parchman. He's got a bit of a seam. He's going to get across the 25-yard line, and he's actually going to get dragged forward, and the ball comes loose.
I think he may have hit the ground first.
They're going to say Van Buren football. So Darrell fumbles on the run. The Springdale defense is going to be forced to come back out.
Well, Van Buren turns it over, and Springdale gives it right back to him.
So Van Buren will take over at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, 6:55 to go in the first half. 13-0 our score. Springdale defense is really kind of, after giving up 120 yards in the first quarter, 4 since. So they've done a nice job keeping Van Buren kind of at bay. But they turned it over for the first time tonight. A fumble by Darrell Parchman gives Van Buren the football. 1st and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Walter Green, the running back. He's back there with Caleb Salisbury, and here comes Green straight ahead. He's got some room off the right side, and he's going to get out across the 25-yard line on 1st down, and it'll be 2nd, and we'll call it 7.
Looked as if that was either Capone or Christian there on the stop.
Going to mark the ball to 25, so it's a 3-yard pickup on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Clock continuing to run, 6:30 to go in the first half. This is Salisbury. He's got a man right down the middle of the field. That's St. Mary, and he overshoots. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
St. Mary had a step on Casey Mendia right here, and I think if St. Mary catches that, he's in for 6.
Salisbury 5 out of 11, 65 yards here in the first half. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Springdale going to go to that 3 down front with Carey, Cornelison, and big Isaiah. Springdale's yet to really get a lot of pressure on him. They flushed him a couple of times, but they haven't gotten that pressure that we saw those first 4 games where we had guys in the backfield all night.
Absolutely. And right now, Van Buren hasn't really passed much to be able to get that pressure on them.
So third down, here comes Salisbury. Looking for anybody, and he takes it and throws it, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Van Buren's going to have to punt. So good defense there by Springdale. They're going to get the football back. Now keep in mind, the wind's blowing. It's blowing pretty steadily. 11 to 15 miles an hour was the forecast. Van Buren will be punting with the wind. The wind blowing from right to left on your screen. Back deep for the Bulldogs is Alex Thompson. Rivas checks in to punt for Van Buren. Gets a kick away. Alex underneath it at the 35. Here's Alex with a little bit of room. Alex Thompson is going to get across the 45-yard line, close to the 47, and it's going to be first down Springdale. 12-yard return for the Springdale senior. The Bulldogs start with good field position.
Alex got him up just shy of midfield right here at about the 47-yard line of Springdale.
Just a hunch. We're probably going to see 20 come back in. Just a guess. Nope, going to go with J-Lo. See, this is why I don't gamble. I'm terrible at it. I don't know anything. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 47-yard line. 6:01 to go in the first half. Springdale leads 13-0. Lane fakes to J-Lo. Good protection. Got a man down the middle. Alex Thompson makes one man miss. Alex still going inside the 25-yard line. First down Bulldogs.
Alex just kind of making his way through. Hadn't quite gone down yet. Was leaning on Jaden before Van Buren defender just kind of pushes him off and makes him go to a knee.
They'll mark him down at the 24-yard line. That's 2 catches on the night for Alex, 91 yards. That's production. I don't care what league you're playing in.
Absolutely.
Madden, the 1A, 7A, that's production. 2 catches, 91 yards for Alex here in the first half. And we've got a whistle and a flag. It looks like a false start against Springdale. You've got a score from the game we were keeping an eye on, Fayetteville and HAR-BER.
Absolutely. Last I saw it was 7-6 Fayetteville leads HAR-BER.
Fayetteville, next week's opponent for our Springdale Bulldogs. Battle of the Bulldogs, 118th version. That'll be at Fayetteville. Carlos and I will be there for that one. But right now, 5:34 to go, first half. Springdale up 13, facing a 1st and 15, ball at the 29. Jawan and Jaden to the bottom. Alex and came on to the top of the screen. Here comes Lane. Right down the middle, overshoots Alex. It's going to bring up second down.
And, Zach, I see what you mean by saying that having Garrett's presence in the backfield as a pass blocker definitely pays off. And right there, Van Buren brought a defender right up the middle on a delayed blitz. Garrett picked him up, gave Lane still plenty of time to make that pass.
Zach Clark said last year is part of the reason that Garrett was so vital in what they did was that he did understand. Here comes the counter again, and Garrett's going to get a couple across the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up third down, but Zach Clark's point was he's like having a 6th offensive lineman. He knows where the blitz is coming from. He picks it up, and he throws good blocks.
Absolutely. He may not be the size of our offensive lineman, but he definitely looks to hit like one.
So it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. No gain for Garrett on second down. Clock running, 4:50 to go. 13-0 our score. Alex came on to the top. Jawan and Jaden to the bottom. Lane gets hit from behind. The ball comes out, and they're going to say that's incomplete, or are they saying that's a fumble? They're saying that's a fumble. Ball's picked up at the 24-yard line. Lane's going to make the tackle. Van Buren turns Springdale over again on the pressure. So the return's going to give Van Buren great starting field position out at the 44-yard line.
Not really quite sure what to make of that call. It looked as if Lane's arm was going forward there when he got hit.
And unfortunately, there's no replay, so we don't get a review. It's going to be 1st and 10, Van Buren, ball at the 44-yard line. Springdale turns it over for the 2nd time. Bunch formation to the top of the screen. Salisbury under center. Here comes Walter Green. Green with room to the outside. He's going to get first down yardage across the 35. Van Buren taking advantage of their opportunity here. Mark him down at the 34. It's enough for a first down. Same formation, bunch to the top. Same play. Here comes Walter Green. He's going to get down to the 27. It'll be 7 yards on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Van Buren right now still dominating the line of scrimmage on offense.
Clock running, 3:55 to go in the half. Same formation. Here's Salisbury on the quarterback keeper. He's going to have to eat it. Isaiah and Vaughn are there. Springdale wasn't, they didn't fall for that one. It's going to wind up being about a 3-yard loss. It's going to bring up third down. Van Buren on the night started pretty well on third downs. They've missed their last 5. They're 2 out of 7 on the night. And this one's going to be a third down. We'll call it 7. The line to make is the 24. Two receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Walter Green, the lone running back. Here's Salisbury to throw. Got a man open, first down. Still going down the sidelines. As Logan Humphreys with his first catch, second catch of the night. It's going to be first down pointers.
Humphreys got Van Buren down inside the Storm Orthodox red zone right here down to about the 14-yard line. 17
yards on the pass play. It'll be first down and 10. Ball, as Carlos said, at the 14. We're going to get a timeout. 3:05 to go in the half. 13-0 our score. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
3:05 to go in the half. Springdale leads 13-0. Welcome back to Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. He's Carlos, Zach. Homecoming here at Springdale. The homecoming festivities. Little change in schedule. They will be at halftime. First 10 minutes of the halftime will be devoted to the homecoming queen and her court. So we'll bring you that. Plus the Springdale band will play. We'll also talk to athletics director Wayne Selleck, as we always do during home games. He's got a lot to talk about. 7th grade athletics. Got the state volleyball tournament next week. It's cross country. So that's what's coming up at halftime. 3:05 to go in the half. First and 10 for Van Buren. Here comes Salisbury on the quarterback. No, it's a quarterback draw. He's got, wow. Nice play there. That was a quarterback, it was a reverse and a pass to the quarterback who snuck out of the backfield. And Capone knocks it away, so brings up second and 10. A lot of shifting around for no gain.
Yeah. I'm still trying to make sense of exactly what happened. Harrison was definitely there to make a stop in the backfield as soon as Green pitched it.
Not sure about the play call there. They've been moving the ball pretty well on the ground. Not wild about the play call, but you take a chance, think you got something set up. But they'll go back to their more traditional formation here, and we've got another timeout. 2:57 to go in the half. 13-0 Springdale. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back to Jarrell Williams Bulldog Stadium. 2:57 to go in the half. When the ball is snapped, it will be second down 10. Springdale leading 13-0. You've got a score from Fayetteville.
Absolutely. Fayetteville now leads 14-6 over HAR-BER with 4:12 left at half.
Fayetteville has slowly gotten better. They had some close games early in the season, and they sort of struggled. They got off to a 1-4 start, but they weren't that far away. They were missing a couple plays here and there, and then all of a sudden, the conference season rolled around. They stumbled against Bentonville West, and then they have flipped the switch, and they are rolling right now. That's a team that come playoff time could be dangerous. Could be very, very, very dangerous.
Absolutely. And I don't think Fayetteville's losses have really been more than 7 points.
No, they really haven't. They played everybody tough. Here comes that bunch formation and movement again. Salisbury's under center. They're going to take and pitch to Green. Green with a little bit of room. He's going to be run out of bounds close to the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Van Buren definitely trying to stretch Springdale here from side to side with these pitch plays. Green right now just kind of walking his way back to the huddle, looks to be gassed right now.
Yeah, he's had a busy first half. He has toted the mail 18 times here in the first quarter. This is his 19th carry. Green bouncing to the outside, and he is going to get very close to the end zone. I've not seen a signal yet. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Be enough for a Van Buren first down.
8-yard pickup. And Van Buren knocking on the door at the 1. So the clock will stop with 2:41 to go in the half. 13-0 the score. 1st and goal for Van Buren. Ball, boy, it can't be more than 3 or 4 inches from the goal line. I'd imagine if I'm the Van Buren offensive coordinator, it's going right back to 23. 19 carries for Walter Green here in the first half for 87 yards. There's that bunch formation again. Salisbury takes it, and he's going to get into the end zone for a Van Buren touchdown.
Salisbury just kind of leaned over off his center and just snuck his way into the end zone.
So Van Buren capitalizes on the Springdale turnover. They go 8 plays, 44 yards. Salisbury from a yard out for the touchdown. And now Racinos on to try the extra point, cut this to a 6-point lead. You can see the flag at the top of the goalpost there. Wind's really kind of whipping around. Here's Racinos. His kick's on the way, and it's good. So our new score with 2:38 to go in the half. Springdale 13, Van Buren 7. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Van Buren goes 8 plays, 44 yards for the touchdown. A Caleb Salisbury 1-yard touchdown run. Scoring drives brought to you by First Security Bank. Bank better all across Arkansas. So Racinos has it teed up. Back deep for the Bulldogs. That's Jarrell Parchman in the middle. You've got Jawan on the near side. J-Lo to the top. Racinos' kick will be returned by Darrell. He takes it at the 1. Here comes Jarrell Parchman. Great block on the outside. Parchman breaks 1 tackle, and he's going to get out close to the 30-yard line.
Great pancake block by Alex Thompson right there.
Yeah, he got into somebody. There was some contact down to the bottom of the screen, and it was initiated by 19. So Springdale will take over. Ball at the 30. With 2:30 to go in the first half. Springdale has 2 timeouts. And they've moved the football, 199 yards of total offense on just 16 offensive plays. Van Buren's really controlled the football. They've had the ball 38 plays. So Springdale's used quick strikes to get on the board. Van Buren's controlled the clock. You wonder if that maybe starts to take a toll in the second half.
It very easily could with the way Van Buren's playing and just kind of lulling this defense to sleep.
Here's Lane. He's got the screen set up. It's J-Lo. Across the 40, the 45, the 50. Jonathan Lopez down the sidelines. He's bumped out of bounds at the 46. First down, Springdale.
Great job by number 56,
Mr.
Navarra.
Nava. Mr. Nava.
Nava getting out there.
We've got a flag down. Springdale backing up. It's going to be against Springdale. This is Springdale's 3rd penalty of the ballgame. It's an illegal formation. It'll push the Bulldogs back to the 25-yard line. Boy, that's That's a killer.
It really is.
And keep in mind, Springdale's going to get the ball first to start the second half, so you could get a 2-for-1 here. You get the touchdown, then you get the ball back to start the second half. That's the position you love to be in.
Absolutely, and right here you absolutely want to score on this drive, so that way you can put yourself in great position to coming out of the half as you get the ball to put yourself ahead even more.
1st and 15, 2:19 to go in the quarter. Here's Lane to throw. Good protection. Going down the middle, he's got Jaden Cornelius at the 40. Jaden still fighting for yardage. He's going to be real close, and we've got a flag down.
I think we're going to get a face mask here on Van Buren.
I hope you're right on that, because I didn't see any Bulldogs in the area making contact.
I think by the spot, he picked up that first down for sure.
They're going to give him the first down, plus they're going to give him 15 yards on the face mask. So the Bulldogs are going to be back where they were on the J-Lo screen with 2:09 to go in the half.
Absolutely, and I think right now, with even the extra time that was run off the clock, that might actually pay better for Springdale right here to not give Van Buren as much time if they do score going into the half.
So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 45, Lane to throw again. Got the screen set up. This is Kamon. He's got a lot of room across the 40. Kamon first down yardage inside the 35-yard line. The Bulldogs are moving.
Absolutely. Another first down for Springdale. Kamon holding on to that ball. Van Buren wanted him to lose control of that ball. Kamon just wouldn't let go of it. Had two hands all over it.
Kamon's first reception of the night. An 11-yarder gives Springdale a 1st and 10. Ball at the 34-yard line. Clock running, 1:50 to go in the half. Springdale leads by 6, 13-7. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Came onto the top. They're going to try the screen again. They got a little screen and go. Down the sidelines, dropped. Jonathan Lopez had it. And we're going to get a flag at the end of the play. It came very late.
I think that's going to go on Alex.
This is going to be a killer, because this is going to be a 15-yard penalty, plus you get the incompletion. Now, there was some contact at the end of the play. Alex was involved in it, and the flag came very late. The referee waited, then threw the flag.
Well, it looked as if number 5, Wilkerson, was just kind of laying there for a while. And then Alex, I think, came over and said something to him, and that's when the ref threw the flag.
So the ball's going to go back to the 49. It's going to wind up being 1st and 25. I guess the play won't count. Springdale will get or Van Buren they took the penalty, or yeah, I think that's what this discussion is about, is that it should be 2nd and 25. But either way, that's just not a penalty you can take in that position. Yeah, they're going to say the pass was in the play's going to stand, and it's a post play foul, so it'll be 2nd down and 25. Lane, quarterback draw. Not going to get very much, maybe 4 out of it. It's going to bring up 3rd down. So where Springdale looked to be driving, now they're facing a 3rd down and 21. You almost want to see, make them burn their timeouts and see if you can see how much time you can run out here.
Absolutely, and right now, Van Buren just kind of sitting back, waiting to see what Springdale does. Neither team using a timeout right here.
The line to make is the 24-yard line. It's 3rd down, 21. You got Kamon alone, one-on-one at the top of the screen. Alex, Jaden, and Jawan to the bottom. Lane to throw. Looking for Jaden down the middle. Pass is caught at the 30. And I think coach is going to take a timeout here. They're going to think about going for this.
Good pitch and catch there from Lane to Jaden.
We do have a timeout. 16-yard pickup's going to bring up 4th and 6. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
45 seconds to go in the half. Springdale leads 13-7. Ball is resting at the 30-yard line after a 16-yard pass play from Lane to Jaden. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6. Springdale with 244 yards total offense here in the first half. However, 2 turnovers have derailed Springdale drives. Springdale now facing a 4th and 6. Lane in the shotgun. He'll throw. Good protection. Came out across the middle. First down, Springdale. So the clock will stop while they move the chains. Lane and Kamon hook up.
Great job there by Lane. Read through his progressions, found Kamon right across the middle to be able to pick up that first down.
Clock moving, 33 seconds to go in the half. Lane trying to get away. Does. Across the 25-yard line, inside the 20, inside the 15. It looks like Coach Clark's going to take his last time out with 18 seconds to go. We'll take it with him. 13-7's our score. 18 seconds to go in the half. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments. The little wins. The long talks. And the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
18 seconds to go in the half. Springdale leads 13-7. Facing a 2nd down and 2. Ball's going to be at the 13-yard line. Line to make is the 11, but that's not really the issue here. Springdale with no timeouts. This has got to be a throw it in the end zone. Only your guy can get it. Let's kick a field goal. That's just what this feels like. You can't take a sack. You can't run the ball because you're out of timeouts.
You can't, but right here I think you can still run a comeback to the outside and get out of bounds as soon as you catch the ball.
Lane's going to throw. Looking for Kamon in the corner. Kamon there, and we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be an interference call. It'll be half the distance to the goal. It's going to be first down Springdale, but now you've got 12 seconds. That's about the only play you can run there without any timeouts unless you get the first down and then go clock it.
Absolutely, and right here it kind of pays off for Springdale getting this pass interference call. Set up first down for Springdale. Should set up 1st and goal. It is a pass interference against Van Buren.
You know, when the defender was in good position, he never turned around to look for the ball. It was just pure face guarding. So they're going to mark the penalty off from the 13. It should be half the distance to the goal. It's going to put the ball in between the 7 and the 6. And it'll be first down Bulldogs. And I imagine this is probably 1, maybe 2 plays. And then you got to think about bringing Jesus out. So Jaden in motion. Low snap, Lane looking to throw. Kamon in the end zone. They're going to say incomplete. 8 seconds to go. That play took 4 seconds. You could probably get one more.
1, maybe 2.
That's what Springdale's going to run at least 1 more, it looks like.
Springdale has of what we counted with Garrett in the backfield, the 6 offensive linemen right here. Springdale is inside the Storm Orthodox red zone.
Lane on the night, 9 out of 14 for 189 yards. Lane will throw. Throwing the fade, looking for Kamon in the corner. Waiting for a call. Touchdown! Springdale. Great play. Kamon Robinson with the touchdown, and the Bulldogs extend their lead.
Took a little bit of time, but Kamon kept both feet in, made the catch, held on to it all the way through. Springdale now up 19-7.
Great play there by Kamon to keep his feet in and keep possession of the football. Now the extra point. Springdale leaving just 3 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Great clock management by the Bulldogs. Now it looks like Springdale's going to go for 2. This is Lane. Hands to Alex on the reverse. He throws it, and the 2-pointer is good. Alex to Kamon. What a great play. And the Bulldogs go up by 14. Seth, we'll hold it right here. Springdale pulling out all the stops right now. They tried that very same play on the 2-pointer earlier, but they got the motion penalty.
Absolutely, and I don't even think Van Buren saw Kamon sneak out and run that little out pattern right there. Alex found him in the back of the end zone. 2-point conversion. Springdale now up by 14.
21-7 the score with 3 seconds to go in the half. The scoring drive, 9 plays, 70 yards. Scoring drives this season brought to you by First Security Bank. Bank better all across Arkansas. The touchdown, 6 yards from Lane to Kamon, and then the 2-pointer from Alex to Kamon. And the Bulldogs get a nice 8-point play out of that and stretch their lead to 14. So Springdale with 268 yards here in the first half. They've run the ball well. They've passed the ball well. They've done just about everything you can do. It feels like they should be up by more, but those 2 turnovers have just sort of hampered those efforts. One of those turnovers leading to a Van Buren touchdown. Looks like we had a penalty. We had a penalty on the extra point, so Gerardo's going to tee it up from the 45 of Van Buren. If you're really feeling adventurous, why not go ahead and try the old onside kick?
Yeah. I think right here with 3 seconds, Springdale might just squib kick it and just take it to the half. Or who knows, maybe he'll split the uprights. We might get an extra 3 points.
Is that a rouge in Canadian football?
I think so.
So Gerardo, there it is, the onside kick. Springdale's got a chance. There's a scrum at the bottom of that pile. Bulldogs say they have it, and they do. Christian Wise with the recovery, and unfortunately the clock is going to run out, but Springdale arguing that there should be 1 second left on the clock, but the referees say no, and that's how the first half will end. Our score, Springdale 21, Van Buren 7. We'll be back with the homecoming activities. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting where it matters most. Faster care in the emergency room. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness center, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
to the 2017 Homecoming Coronation Ceremony. We will begin by introducing sophomore maid Emmy Anthony. Emmy is the daughter of Joyce Maya and Bobby Anthony. She's being escorted by her brother. Emmy has been involved in the Islander Club for 1 year and choir for 4 years. Sophomore maid Emmy Anthony. Sophomore maid Ashley Mazzo. Ashley is the daughter of Graciela Ariano. She's being escorted by her father. Ashley plans to graduate with honors and become a pediatrician. Sophomore maid Ashley Mazzo. Junior maid Stephanie Anaya. Stephanie is the daughter of Maria and David Anaya. She is being escorted by her father. Stephanie has been involved in dance for 3 years, band and color guard for 4 years, student council for 2 years, and medical academy for 2 years. Junior maid Stephanie Anaya. Junior maid Samantha Garcia. Samantha is the daughter of Alejandro Garcia and Veronica Marquez. She is being escorted by her father. Samantha is involved in varsity basketball for 2 years, Quiz Bowl for 2 years, the Engineering Academy for 2 years, where she is an officer, and color guard for 2 years, where she is the first lieutenant. Junior maid Samantha Garcia. Junior maid Shelby Ogle. Shelby is the daughter of Robin Pinkley and Matthew Ogle. Shelby is being escorted by her father. Shelby has been involved in student council for 1 year, Bulldog TV for 2 years, JAG for 1 year, and Dare to Dance Company for 6 years. Junior maid Shelby Ogle. Senior maid Jessica Davis. Jessica is the daughter of Shirley and Gary Davis. Did I skip? Jessica is being escorted by her father. She has been involved in Unity for 1 year, volleyball for 11 years, Law Academy for 3 years, and Student Council for 2 years, where she currently serving as Public Relations Officer. Senior maid, Jessica Davis. Senior maid, Carly Lopez. Carly is the daughter of Jose and Desiree Lopez. She is being escorted by her brother, Gabriel Lopez. Carly has been involved in the Law Academy for 3 years, Key Club for 1 year, Spirit Bulldogs for 1 year, and National Honor Society for 1 year. Senior maid, Carly Lopez. Senior maid, Rebecca Martin. Rebecca is the daughter of James and Catherine Martin. She's being escorted by her father. Rebecca has been involved in Medical Academy for 3 years, Theater for 2 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, and Cheer for 5 years, where she is currently co-captain. Senior maid, Rebecca Martin. Senior maid, Ellie Pollitt. Ellie is the daughter of Sherry and Vince Pollitt. Sherry is being escorted by her father. Ellie has been involved in cheerleading for 4 years, student council for 3 years, and National Honor Society for 2 years. Senior maid, Ellie Pollitt. And now introducing your homecoming queen, Claire Freeman. Claire is being escorted by your homecoming king, Kamon Robinson, son of Diane Robinson. Claire is the daughter of Hal and Melissa Freeman. Claire is also being escorted by her father. Claire is an international baccalaureate diploma candidate and is one of the top students in her graduating class. She ended her last semester of her junior year with a 4.8 GPA. Claire is a member of the Springdale City Youth Council, has been a member of the National Honor Society for 4 years, and is a 7th-year member of Student Council, where she currently holds the officer position of Art Director. Her future goals are to graduate high school with the International Baccalaureate Diploma and attend college outside of Arkansas. She would like to attend Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee, or Berkeley near San Francisco, California. Your homecoming queen, Claire Freeman. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 homecoming court.
Will gives to Garrett on the draw. He's got a hole. Garrett inside the 20. Garrett still going inside the 10. 5, touchdown Springdale.
Hi, I'm Dennis DeBus.
And I'm Don Strubing. And we want you to join the Varsity Club.
It's a club that connects former Springdale High and HAR-BER High student athletes, coaches, and administrators.
Plus, funds from this club may be used to support scholarships and teams.
For charter memberships, you only have to pay $20 a year.
But for the first 5 years you're out of school, members only have to pay $5. Join now.
The Varsity Club.
Seconds, he still had gone. 7, 6, 5, Perry to the rack. Good! Perry off the rack, Hempfield's full court shot, no good, HAR-BER wins! Tyler Perry holds the ball for 2 minutes and then finishes off the glass. HAR-BER in full control.
Our halftime score, Springdale 21, Van Buren 7. Halftime brought to you by Ozarks Go. Go fast, go HD, go unlimited. The band coming out onto the field. We'll let them entertain you. Then I'll talk with Athletics Director Wayne Stellick. That's coming up on the Bulldog halftime show. Sponsored again by Ozarks Go. Go fast, go HD, go unlimited. halftime score, Springdale 21, Van Buren 7. Springdale Band is on the field. Halftime brought to you by Ozarks Go. Go fast, go HD, go unlimited. Joining us as he always does here in the booth on our home games is Athletics Director Wayne Stella. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Always a pleasure, Zach. Good to be here.
It's nice to see you in red tonight. It's a good night to be here at Jarrell Williams, and I know it's a busy time. I actually called you on Monday to get some clarification because we've got state volleyball going on at the beginning of next week and a bunch of other things going on around campus.
Well, it's an exciting time for athletics in Springdale. It's great to have both Springdale and HAR-BER in the state championships at Conway. We'll tip off at 1 o'clock. Springdale tips off at 1 o'clock on Tuesday. And then they play Mount St. Mary's, and then it's a 4 or 5 seed, so who knows how that'll play out. Hopefully Springdale wins. They'll play the next day on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. HAR-BER finished really strong this year, didn't lose a game in the second half of the season, and got the number 2 seed. And so they had the first round bye, and they'll play at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. So I'll spend some time in Conway and find some good places to eat down there.
I think I can recommend one to you on the way down. It's just, just a little me to you kind of thing. But we've also got cross-country going on.
Well, we had the last 2 weeks, we had Springdale and HAR-BER hosted our first cross-country meet. I'll get it out.
You know what? Blame us because it's been going on all night.
And we did it out at the SOI Park. Had a great turnout, lots of teams there. Then we came back a couple days later, and our 4 high school coaches had a future Wild Dogs cross-country meet. We had 6th graders, then 5th, then 4th, then 3rd, and 1st and 2nd. Had hundreds of kids running, and to see these kids all leave happy and the parents all happy, that's a good start for cross-country in Springdale.
You had hundreds of 1st and 2nd graders running around up at SOI. That's like herding goats.
They
just kind of wander.
It was afternoon daycare. Okay. But the parents were happy. They're all, we've all done that. And it was just a really great day and had great weather. And they're going to do that again this Wednesday. Do the same kind of format out there at the SOI Park. And brings hundreds of kids out there again and more happy parents. And just a great time.
That's good. I love that. My daughter's in 1st grade. I think she'll be there on Wednesday. I'll run her. Just keep running her. We've also got 7th grade athletics starting to wind down.
Well, we've just finished up our 3rd year of volleyball and had a great success with our 4 coaches, and our 4 principals did a phenomenal job of organizing and creating things for us to get those kids competing in the volleyball, learning how to serve overhand, how to talk, how to set, how to do different things on the volleyball court was phenomenal. We've got 2 more weeks of 7th grade football. We'll finish here on October 30th with a doubleheader with our 4 schools. And no telling, we may have a cookout here in on the Emma Street exit area where Springdale does it on Friday nights. And so we expect a great turnout, hundreds or thousands of people showing up for 7th grade football. It's been an exciting time.
And it's starting to pay dividends here with some of the youngsters that we're starting to see come into both schools.
Well, last night, for example, I'll have to have some historian like Rick Schaefer find out, but all 4 9th grade teams won last night. And they may sound surprising, but we play each other so often, different things, that when I see the scores come in from the coaches, it's like, okay, there's a W, there's a W, there's a W. Okay, that's all 4. When's the last time that happened? Well, those 9th graders are the first crop of 7th graders, and they've learned the game, they've connected, they've got a great relationship with their coaches, and you see the size on some of these kids that we've got some linemen at both Lakeside and George, for example, on the Springdale side that are as big as what we have right now, and you just add some more coaching to it. It's with the cupboards getting filled up over here.
Yeah, we've started to see some of that, some of those kids starting to come through, and we've got them, as sophomores here. Those were the kids that started just after. But I mean, the state of football and athletics in general in Springdale is very, 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 very good, and a lot of it's due to the vision of you and getting that thing started in 7th grade and getting these kids, involved in athletics. By the time they get to the high school level, they're ready to go.
Well, a big component there is our principals. Our middle school principals had been talking about how do we get athletics going. And it takes time, it takes energy, and it takes some passion, but we've got good coaches there. And Sarah Ford, for example, at J.O. Kelly, she brought the football team here tonight, and so they helped the Bulldogs come out of the tunnel before kickoff. And we get more and more principals involved with our great coaches, and there's no telling where this might go.
Got a question today. Somebody walked into my office and asked me about basketball. And, you look at your watch and you're like, it's only October. But basketball's right around the corner, and I know you're excited about all 4 teams here in Springdale.
Well, the neat thing about basketball is a few years ago, I'd have been doing
So the Bulldogs will get the football. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 28. Lane will bring out the offense.
Looks as if number 29, Martre Simons, checked into the ball game.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. This is Lane. Big hole up near the 40-yard line. He's going to be close to first down yardage.
11-yard gain right there. First down, Springdale. Wide open hole from that offensive line. Right now, the Springdale's offensive line made a few changes here throughout the game. It looks as if Sifsum Fu went from center out to left tackle, and now I believe Enrique is now at center.
Here comes Garrett. Big hole. Garrett Vaughn across the 50. Inside the 35-yard line, first down Bulldogs. And now the Bulldogs starting to gash that Van Buren defense.
Absolutely. And right now, Garrett just kind of making his way through. Had guys all over him in the backfield. Had a guy just holding on to his shirt trying to bring him down. Garrett didn't stop at all. Kept his feet moving. Picks up.
Have yourself a night, big fella. 6 carries, 86 yards for Garrett Vaughn. Here he comes again. This one not going to get much. It's going to bring up second down. Springdale on the night. Wow, 15 carries, 139 yards. That's I'm no math major, but that's almost 10 yards per carry. They're doing well running the football.
Absolutely.
Juwan going to check in. He and Jaden are going to go to the top of the screen. You got Alex and Kamon to the bottom. Daryl Parchman's the running back. You got danger all over the field for the Springdale offense. There's Lane in trouble. Gets away, and he's going to wind up going down. He's probably going to wind up losing a yard, and it's going to bring up third down.
Well, right there, I think if you're Coach Clark, with the way that Van Buren's defensive line kind of got after Lane right there, almost knocked the ball away again. Lane was able to hold on to it, tried to make a pass, just kind of swallowed the ball up and just took the sack. I think if you're Coach Clark right there, you're going to just kind of take that one instead of the turnover.
Clock running, 5:45 to go, third quarter. 28-7 the score. Lane, quarterback draw. Across the 30, across the 25, still going really close to first down yardage. I think he's got it.
Looks by the spot, it's going to be close. They're going to give it to him.
Lane picks up the first down, and the Bulldogs' drive will continue. The offensive onslaught by the Bulldogs has now reached 403 yards. 252 through the air, 151 on the ground. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, ball at the 23. Lane. He's got Alex. Makes one man miss. Alex still going close to the 10-yard line. He's got enough for a first down.
Alex now has put Springdale inside the Storm Orthodontics red zone, down to about the 11-yard line right there. And it looks as if we have an injured Bulldog down across on the far side. By the looks of it, it looks to be number 1, Juwan.
So while they tend to him, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System, Bentonville and Springdale.
Bulldog was Juwan Boyd, just a cramp. We've got him stretched out. He's walking off the field under his own power. Alex Thompson picked up the first down. The ball's going to be marked at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They have dominated here in the third quarter. 1 touchdown on the board already, looking for another. They lead by 21, 28-7. Alex is going to go to the bottom of the screen, came onto the top. Isaiah's checked in at a tight end spot along with Jaden Cornelius. The running back is Darrell Parchment. Carlos noted the change on the offensive line. Caleb Jamison has jumped in at the left guard spot. Foos jumped out to the left tackle. Here comes Parchment. Inside the 10-yard line. He'll pick up about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. 4:45 to go in the quarter. 28-7 our score. Bulldogs have controlled the third quarter. This is their second drive, looking for their second touchdown. Here's Lane. He's going to be knocked down at the 10-yard line. It's going to wind up being a yard loss, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, right here, if you're Springdale, you still have plenty of play options, you know, inside the 10-yard line right here that you can call.
Line to make is the 2-yard line, so you can pick up the first down. Springdale on 3rd downs tonight. 2 out of 5, 1 out of 1 on 4th downs. Lane to throw. He's got Alex on the smash route. First down, touchdown, Springdale. So Alex catches the touchdown pass, and the Bulldogs extend their lead to 34-7.
Great job of the offensive line. Gave Lane plenty of time to sit back there, read through his progressions, find Alex on the little out route right there. Alex picked up the first down first and then just found his way into the end zone.
Alex, 6 catches, 131 yards, and the touchdown. And the Bulldogs starting to pour it on. Extra point is good. So our new score with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Springdale 35, Van Buren 7. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you haven't been to Everett Chevrolet, we'd like to invite you to come see us and discover what family-owned, customer-friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Chevrolet, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting where it matters most. Faster care in the emergency room. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
The Springdale scoring drive, 9 plays, 62 yards. The touchdown pass from Lane to Alex Thompson for 10 yards, and the Bulldogs go up 35-7. Scoring drives brought to you by First Security Bank, Bank Better, all across Arkansas. You've got some scores from the 7A.
Absolutely. Right now, Bentonville leads Rogers 56-14. West now leads Heritage 45-21, and Fayetteville holding on to a 7-point lead, 28-21 over HAR-BER.
So the 7A West in full swing tonight. Gerardo's got it teed up back deep for Van Buren. You got Isaac Davis, Walter Green, and Bryson St. Mary. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Springdale up 28, 35-7. Gerardo pops it up, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. Van Buren will have excellent field position to start their next drive. You know, working against Van Buren here, they have the wind here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, the wind blowing at about 11 to 15 miles per hour, and it's blowing from right to left on your screen. So it is a factor. You can tell it in the kicking game. A lot of the kickoffs are going straight up in the air, and they're just kind of hitting a wall. It is gusty. We're watching some of the when we show a wider shot, you can see folks' hair. You know, you see jackets. I mean, it's blowing around down on the field, and it's certainly made a difference in the kicking game. So we'll keep an eye on that. Springdale will have it in the fourth quarter. Here's Salisbury, the fake to Green, under pressure, and down he goes. Jace Carey, the judge, with his first sack of the ball game. And now Springdale's defense just sort of pinning their ears back, and they're going after Salisbury.
Absolutely. Jace came around that corner, beat the tackle right there, And I think I just saw the tackle actually shake Jace's hand.
We've got a Van Buren player down. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness center, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Bulldog fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of the Springdale Bulldogs. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Bulldogs athletic app will keep you up to date with all things Red Dog. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Bulldogs. You can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
The injured pointer is Justin Smith, senior right tackle. There was a penalty on the play. It's a personal foul against Springdale, so the sack is negated. Winds up being a 1st and 10. Ball will be at the 45-yard line. Van Buren will get a first down. So 1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line, 3:37 to go in the third quarter, 35-7 our score. Rivas is checked in as the Wildcat quarterback. This is Green in motion. Rivas with the football across the 50, and he's going to get close to first down yardage. You're going to mark him down at the 47 of Springdale. Isaiah on the stop for the Bulldogs. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Clock running, 3:20 to go in the quarter. It's the first time tonight they've shown that Wildcat package, and it looks like they're going to go to it again. My guess is Walter Green's probably going to touch the football on this one. Nope, Rivas again. First down yardage. They're going to mark him down at the 43, and it'll wind up being a first down for Van Buren. You almost think Springdale's going to be content to give him this sort of play, 4 yards, 5 yards, make him work it down the field, because right now the biggest enemy of Van Buren is the clock.
Absolutely, and right now, with the way that Van Buren's playing, it just kind of looks like they're still taking their time calling the play.
Here's Rivas. Rivas inside the 25-yard line, and it's going to be another first down for Van Buren, and Springdale's got to solve that Wildcat package fast.
Absolutely. Rivas just kind of found an opening right in the heart of that Springdale defense and just exposes it right down to about the 23-yard line.
19 yards on first down for Rivas. Salisbury's going to check back in. Clock running, 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's that bunch formation. They take and they pitch to Walter Green. He's got room inside the 20-yard line. Dragged down by Capone on the far side. Good pickup on first down for Green.
Van Buren's definitely gone to that pitch play to the outside quite a bit tonight. And right now, Springdale hasn't really seemed to find an answer to that play.
So to bring up 2nd and 2. Ball at the 16. The line to make is just inside the 14. Bunch formation again to the bottom of the screen.
Watch for that pitch play to the outside again.
They're going to take it and go play action. Salisbury under pressure. Trey's chasing him. He's going to take it and throw it up in the air. Whew, that's a dangerous throw.
Absolutely, and Vaughn Lacey kind of sat back there, played center field, and he was going to try for that interception just over the head.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Minute 35 to go in the third quarter. Springdale leads 35-7. Rivas checking in to the Van Buren huddle. Looks like they're going to go back to that Wildcat. Walter Green to the bottom of the screen. He'll come in motion. Springdale jumped it, but Rivas is going to wind up picking up the first down near the 11-yard line. Trey's in there. Mason was in there. Looks like Christian Wise as well, but not enough to stop the first down run, and it's first down pointers.
Interesting that you were able to tell that Green was going to be in motion before he even went.
He's staring at the quarterback. He's waiting for him to go, come on. So 1st and 10, ball at the 11. Clock running with 1:17 to go in the quarter. Again, in the Wildcat formation. This is Rivas. Here comes Green in motion. Here's Rivas on the counter. Springdale's there. He's going to get a couple out of it down near the 8-yard line.
Right now with Van Buren, they're inside the Storm Orthodontics red zone, and they're just kind of picking up a yard or two here and there. But be careful, because earlier Rivas was able to pick up about a 19-yard gain, so watch for him to look for that middle in the Springdale defense.
Into the Wildcat again. This formation's getting a lot of work, and Springdale gets them to jump. And it looks like they're going to back Van Buren up 5 yards. The ball will be placed at the 13. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Van Buren on the night. They've had some penalty issues. 7 penalties tonight for 56 yards. Here's Rivas again in the shotgun. Walter Green in motion. The ball's on the ground and loose. And Van Buren's going to dive on it back at the 23. Gregory makes the recovery, and now it's 3rd down and long.
It's going to end up 3rd and 12, actually, right here. They're saying that was a forward pass.
All right. So they say incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12.
Right here, Springdale's defense being inside the red zone right here has kind of been a bend, don't break against Van Buren.
Salisbury checks back in at the quarterback spot. Quick snap. Salisbury under pressure. Takes off, and he's going to be knocked down at the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9. The Bulldogs, once again, playing very good red zone defense. 4th down. And you got to imagine that Van Buren's probably going to go for this.
Absolutely. Right now, Van Buren actually looks as if they're going to take this into the 4th quarter right here with Springdale up 35-7.
Well, 3 quarters are in the books. As Carlos said, our score 35-7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
As we start the 4th quarter, Springdale leads 35-7. You got some updates from around the 7A?
Absolutely. Bentonville now leads Rogers 63-13. West still leading Heritage 45-21. And what I can see is Fayetteville actually, to start the 4th quarter, just converted a 4th and 1 and have the ball now on the Har-BER 17-yard line. And they're up 28-21.
So the 7A West, or I guess the 7A West playoff conversation gets more convoluted by the minute. It's going to be one of those things that goes down to the final afternoon, the final night of football here in regular season play. Right now we've got a 4th and 9, ball placed at the 10-yard line as we start the 4th quarter. Caleb Salisbury is checked in at the quarterback spot. Salisbury looking, throws for Walter Green, and it's intercepted. Capone Wise at the goal line. Here comes Capone. And he's going to return it out to the 38-yard line, and the Bulldogs turn the pointers away.
Like I said, Zach, Springdale's defense, a bend, don't break. Capone comes up with a huge interception right there to stop the pointers on 4th down, and now has the ball at the 38-yard line.
Capone's 2nd interception of the year, and the Bulldogs will start with very good field position at the 38-yard line. You know, he just Salisbury just stared Walter Green down. They ran the play fake to him, and he looked at him the whole way, and Capone was just playing center field. I mean, like a good free safety does.
He wasn't. It actually almost looked like the interception that he took back against HAR-BER.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do it. That would have been a record because that would have been 100 yards.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, ball at the 38-yard line. Lane with the play fake. And he's got a man open. K'Mon Robinson at the 35 makes 2 guys miss. Here goes K'Mon to the end zone. Inside the 10, 5, touchdown, Springdale. 62 yards from Lane to K'Mon, and the Bulldogs strike again.
K'Mon had a one-on-one matchup right there. Lane found it, threw K'Mon the ball, makes a move to the inside and all the way down into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
We're going to have to do some digging because that puts K'Mon over the 100-yard mark, and we're going to have to find out the last time that Springdale had 2 players over 100 yards receiving. The Bulldogs strike again, 62 yards, and stretch their lead to 41-7. Jesus on to try the extra point. Kick on the way, and good. So with 11:37 to go in the 4th quarter, our new score, Springdale 42, Van Buren 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we need it.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence. It's Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
The Springdale scoring drive, 1 play, 62 yards, Lane to K'Mon. Springdale now up by 35. Scoring drives this season brought to you by First Security Bank. Bank better all across Arkansas. So with 11:37 to go in the 4th quarter, Springdale has invoked the sportsmanship rule, which means the clock will run from this point forward, and the Bulldogs comfortably out in front, going to get their 5th win of the season. And that hasn't happened around here in a while, so that's good news. And now they can go focus on the Battle of the Bulldogs next week. Looks like we're going to get out of here without any significant injuries, and we're going to be okay. Absolutely. And like you said, we can go ahead and kind of look into next week's matchup into the Battle of the Dogs. This is Isaac Davis trying to get to the outside. Across the 20-yard line, the 25. He's going to be knocked down near the 27, and that's where Van Buren will take over. And right now, I think you're going to kind of see some of the younger guys come in and get a little playing action. Yeah, that's what it looks like. A lot of young guys starting to head onto the field. Let's see here. We've got, I think, Keaton Patterson's out there. Ramon Esparza's out there, Matthew John, Alex Dugan. There's a lot of young guys out there. Sebastian Barranco's checked in, Gabe Bukow, Stoney White, DeQuan's in there. So you got basically the second team defense on the field for the Bulldogs. This is Salisbury. Takes and pitches to Walter Green. Green going to get a couple across the 30-yard line up near the 35. It'll bring up 2nd down. Hunter on the stop. Clock running, 10:50 to go in the ball game. Springdale up 35. Salisbury to throw. Looking for Logan Humphreys. Quan's going to make the stop across the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st down Van Buren. Dakota Graves is checked in at a defensive end spot for the Bulldogs. A lot of young guys and new names out there for us right now. Yeah, we're digging through the roster here to make sure we get everybody right. Hunter really the only guy out there that gets regular playing time with the ones, and he's moved to the middle linebacker spot. Salisbury with the play fake. Now tries to take off. He's got room to the outside. This is Caleb Salisbury. Inside the 30-yard line, it'll be 1st down Van Buren.
Good run there by Salisbury to the outside. Picks up a nice chunk of yards there for the pointer. Sets up Van Buren with the 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
24-yard pickup for Salisbury, his longest run of the night. Clock running, 9:20 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10, Van Buren, ball to 25. This is Rivas across the 20. Rivas inside the 10-yard line. They'll be 1st down, Van Buren.
Van Buren now just kind of taking their way down inside the Storm Orthodox red zone.
It's like we've got a Bulldog down. While they tend to him, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
The injured Bulldog was Alex Dugan. He's up under his own power and heading off the field. It's going to be 1st and goal, ball at the 7. When they blow the whistle, the clock will start. Alex walking gingerly off the field. Looks like a lower leg injury. So here we go. 8:54 to go in the ball game. Springdale leads 42-7. Salisbury, the quarterback, he's got Rivas alongside. This is Rivas. Met in the backfield and dropped.
Looks to be Hunter Cornelison right there.
Hunter with the stop. He'd had enough of that. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Ball's going to be placed at the 9. Hunter's just a sophomore. He's going to be a player in a couple years. When he gets to be a senior, he's going to be something. He's pretty darn good right now, but boy, 2 years from now, he's going to be a stone wall in the middle of that defense. This is Salisbury. Pitches to Green, and guess who?
It's Hunter
again. Hunter personally taking over this set of downs. Another loss for Van Buren. They're going to go back to the 9-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. So if you're over on the Van Buren side, first things first, block 33.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good place to start.
I mean, right now, even the second team defense for Springdale is, in a bend, don't break mode right here. And you can see that with Hunter.
So it's 3rd down and 11. This is Salisbury. They're going to get down very close to the goal line. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Which is going to bring about 4th and 3 right here.
Yeah, it's 4th and goal. Ball's going to be on the 3. The Springdale defense trying to turn them away again. Salisbury hands to Walter Green. Here comes Green trying to get to the outside. Springdale's there, can't make the tackle, and now they've got him wrapped up, and Springdale holds.
Zach, I'll give you one guess of who was there.
I don't need one guess. Double three.
Absolutely, Hunter there again.
That 3 downs, I mean, that's the Hunter Corneliuson highlight tape right there. He was everywhere.
He was in the backfield. He was flying all over the place. Great job by the Springdale defense right there. Comes out, turns Van Buren away on inside the 10-yard line.
Inside the 10-yard line, and Hunter turns him away personally. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, 42-7. Changes for Springdale. Will Mueller now the quarterback. He's going to take and give to J-Lo. J-Lo's going to power out over the 5-yard line, and he's going to get a couple, and it'll be 2nd down Bulldogs. We're going to give him about the 8-yard line, so it'll be about a 4-yard pickup. Jeffrey Mann is checked in. Ricky Monafor, Jeremy Minich at the wide receiver spots. Changes along the offensive line as well. We'll get to those in just a second. J-Lo's a running back again. You got Larry Calamese, great Madden player, he claims. Here comes Larry. And he's going to get out near the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down. See Rafi Gonzalez in there.
I think I see Tim Prim.
Braden Elliott, 68. He's checked in at center. I know his mama, Rhonda, is very proud of him.
I think that's 65, Christopher Collins.
A lot of young pups in there for the Bulldogs. That's Larry Calamese. He's got 1st down yardage, and the Dogs move the chains.
He just kind of sat there and hid behind that offensive line and found a hole and just kind of made his way to the 1st down right there.
You know, Larry's not the biggest guy in the world, stature and you know, height-wise. He's about 5'8". He's about 185 yards. He's like tackling a fire hydrant. So Springdale gets the 1st down. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. They lead 42-7. This is J-Lo. Across the 20-yard line. You get 2 out of it, and Springdale will be faced with a 2nd and 8.
Well, Zach, you're under 5 minutes now, and, you know, kind of go ahead and look forward to next week's matchup for the 118th meeting between the Battle of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I've got to do some homework this week. I've got I talked to my friend Scotty Bordelon over at the ADG, and he gave me some stats on the Fayetteville Springdale series. So I'll be busy this week.
And I think if I remember correctly, Springdale actually still leads that series.
Here comes Larry, trying to bounce to the outside. He'll get across the 20, and he'll pick up a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd down. They'll mark him at the 23-yard line to pick up 2. Again, the clock running with 4 minutes to go in the game. Springdale going to move to 5-3 on the season.
You know, and you look across the 7A West right now, Bentonville in strong control over Rogers. They're looking to win their matchup. West in a strong hold over Heritage. They're looking to win their matchup. Only game that still has question right now is Fayetteville and HAR-BER.
J-Lo not going to get much, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So we probably should start talking about player of the game after Jesus punts this one away. It's 4th down and 6. The offense still on the field, but I think they're going to let that run down, and then they're going to call a timeout. But I think we've got a couple of candidates here. I'll throw them at you real fast. Garrett Vaughn, 7 carries, 84 yards, had a great ball game. His first game back as a running back. He got 2 guys over 100 yards receiving, 5 catches, 104, and 2 touchdowns for Kamon. 6 catches, 131 yards, and a touchdown for Alex. But I think the guy who we may have to look at for player of the game, Lane Hutchins, 11 carries for 66 yards, 18 for 23, 335, and 4. That is an afternoon's worth of work as Coach Zach Clark takes the timeout. 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's doing it.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, that 335 right now is a season high actually for the Bulldogs.
It's not his career high, but it is a season high. He threw for almost 400 last year against Bentonville West. The 4 touchdowns ties a career high for Lane. Certainly an impressive afternoon for Lane, and you know, he did it on the ground. He did it on the, you know, through the air, and maybe most importantly, no turnovers. He played a clean game, did exactly what you need to, and when Lane plays well, Springdale scores points.
Absolutely, and you actually do have that one turnover, you know, fumble that the refs called, but you know, you go back and look at it. We disagreed with it, but you know, we can't really do the instant replay like you can in the NCAA and the NFL, so we're kind of at a loss on that one. But either way, you're right. It was a clean game for the Bulldogs.
Jesus, by the way, only attempting his second punt of the night. This one's going to be taken at the 43 by Wilkerson. Wilkerson's going to be dragged down across midfield, and Van Buren will have good field position.
Right now, I'm still kind of waiting for updates on the Fayetteville HAR-BER game. Last I saw, Fayetteville was still leading 28-21. But it seems as if Fayetteville was having a little bit of injury problems on the offensive line last I saw. So we'll see how that kind of changes that aspect of the game right now down south.
So 1st and 10 for Van Buren. New running back into the game. Whew, big hit on the far side. Stoney White. Hello. Yeah. He delivered a shot there on the far side.
Looked to be number.
That was number 40. I got Paul Harwood. How about you? We'll go with it.
We'll go with it. They got 2 number 40s, it looks like.
I got 2 of everything. Like I said, their roster is very difficult to get a hold of, at least in one piece. Harwood will pick up a couple yards before getting thumped by Stoney. And it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Springdale about to go to 5-3 on the season. This is Harwood again. He's going to be dragged down at the 40. A couple of Bulldogs there. So a 2-yard pickup.
Looks as if number 69, Carl Holm, will check into the ball game now for Springdale.
Love seeing those young guys get some time. Like to see them get some experience, and most importantly, I like to see our starters on a bench.
Absolutely.
Sit on the bench. And if they're sitting on the bench, things are good.
You know, you look at this game, and Springdale wins another homecoming tonight, and, you know, what more could you really ask for? Homecoming night, you beat Van Buren, you know, comfortably. Right now you're up 35, and, you know, seeing as if Van Buren probably might not score within the last minute here.
Van Ness on the carry. Hunter there to make yet another stop. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Call it 4. The line to make is the 36. Maybe 3.5. Clock continuing to run. 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Lots of young guys out there. See Terry Wise out there at the cornerback spot.
Quick score update. Fayetteville still leads, but they now lead 34-28 with 5:23 left in the ball game.
This is Van Ness. He's going to be dragged down from behind. Nice play there by Matthew John, and Van Buren's going to turn the football over. So that will about wrap it up. Springdale's going to come out and have to take 1 knee. Now they're going to run the clock. Now they're going to have to come out and run 1 play. They haven't started the clock yet. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. So Springdale's going to win this one 42-7. Carlos and I will be back to wrap it up. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed, and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Our final score tonight, Springdale 42, Van Buren 7. Springdale moves to 5-3 on the season, and for all practical purposes, secures a playoff spot. Now, we don't know where we're going or if we're staying home. We don't have the seeding. That's going to shake itself out over the next 2 weeks. But Springdale essentially in the playoffs. The postgame show brought to you by Zaxby's. Indescribably good. And again, our player of the game, Lane Hutchins, he had a huge night, 335 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, added 66 yards on the ground, played a great football game. The whole team did, really. Once they got things going, Springdale really poured it on, outscoring Van Buren in the second half, 21-0.
Absolutely, and this actually is the highest win since, I believe, 2013, in tying with 5 wins.
Yeah, it is. It's we're gonna have to do some some homework on this, but it's been a while since Springdale's gotten to the 500 mark in an overall season. They'll do that for sure this year, but things have been good. It was a good game. It was what they needed. It was a game that they came out, they did what they were supposed to do. You got a homecoming victory. Now you go out and you make good decisions tonight, come back to work tomorrow, and get ready for Fayetteville.
Absolutely, and right now, we're still waiting on the final from down south over at Fayetteville to see how they did against HAR-BER or vice versa, and who comes out on top, because, that could even shake up some playoff conversation
it
right there
could.
to really see where Springdale may land here in the next few weeks here, to see whether we'll be on the end of the game,
tonight.
And I still can't talk today.
It's gotten everybody tonight. The 118th Battle of the Bulldogs will be broadcast on the Bulldog Sports Network next week, live from Fayetteville. Carlos and I will be there 6:30 with the pregame show. 7 o'clock scheduled for kickoff. It's our first trip to Fayetteville in a while. We didn't go in 15, didn't go in 16. The games were played here, so haven't been down to Harmon Field in a while, and it'll be a homecoming for head coach Zach Clark. Hopefully one that he ruins for
that would be very nice.
So when we next talk to you, we will be live from Fayetteville. For Carlos and for Seth and our entire BSN crew, we appreciate you watching. We will talk to you next week. Have a good night, everybody.